My name is Williamson. I'm a North Face ambassador on the Explorer team. I've always been kind of outdoorsy as a kid, but obviously moved to London when I was in my early 20s, which kind of put a stop to a lot of that. But I went travelling in South America back in 2015 and spent quite a lot of time in Patagonia, which just opened my eyes to the great outdoors. Spent many weeks trekking around various mountain ranges and came back to London and was a changed man. Started running and kind of fell in love with trail running. So yeah, after 15 years in London, the time came to be living near the trails, being able to come out my front door, lace up my shoes and just hit the trails and basically explore more every day. I've now moved down towards the south coast, so I've got the South Downs on my doorstep, not too far from the Surrey Hills. So yeah, I can't wait to start exploring. Life without trail running would be pretty boring actually, and it will 100% be in my life forever. Whether that's running on trails or whether that's just out exploring the trails, 100% is going to be in my life forever. I just think we're born to do it. It's just in our DNA as humans to basically be out on the trails, exploring by foot. And every time I go out and do a trail run, it could be a mile or it could be 20 miles. Like you always get that extra endorphin rush when you come back because you've been in the outdoors. Setting yourself a big task is always, it's always quite, you do get a bit anxious or perhaps a bit nervous about it. But obviously, trail running is one of those things where, you're faced with a big task, you break it down step by step, you look at your training, you just start building the miles up gradually. And obviously those miles take you to new places, whether that be literally or kind of in your mind. And then when it actually comes down to race day and, you kind of cross that finish line, there really is kind of like sort of no greater feeling than knowing that you put the hours in, you put the miles in, and your legs and your body has taken you across the land for many, many, many miles. I do get quite emotional after a big run, and when I did my 100k, there was a lot of tears at the finish line. It was a long day out on the trails. My body was screaming at me, and I was pretty tired. But yeah, I mean, it's always happy tears. It's fantastic. Trail running has taught me that you can achieve so much more than what your mind tells you. Your body is capable of so much more. I've done things that I would never imagine possible 5 years ago through trail running. I find trail running for me is an amazing release from sort of day-to-day pressures and day-to-day stresses. It's even proven that kind of running in forests and running on trails, running in the outdoors is just good for your mental health. Over the last few years, it's been a real saving grace in that sense. I find the running community just a really inspirational place to be, and if I'm going through a bit of a kind of unmotivated low patch in my running, it just takes looking at the running community, going online, seeing who's racing, who's achieving goals, and I just find it really inspiring. My favourite shoe from them so far is the Vective Infinite. It's the shoe that I ran my 100k in, and it's the shoe that I always turn to when I can hit the trails. It's just a workhorse shoe. I can go out and run in it all day, and I know my feet are going to love me for it. I just love their tagline of never stop exploring. I just feel like, that for me is it's a mantra for life.